morning. It is still morning. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. I've had kind of a lazy morning. I stayed up stupid late last night. I was working on homework and editing, and it doesn't matter. So this morning I woke up after 8 hours of sleep, but it's now 10 o'clock. So I'm ready to leave the house. I'm in jeans and hiking boots because I'm gonna go to Eklutna, and I'm gonna do the Eklutna Lake hike, but I'm not gonna do all like 12.8 miles of it. I'm just gonna walk for a little while and then turn around and go back. But there is another hike out there that I've not done before, because I have done Eklutna Lake before. Adam took me to that one 2021, I want to say, and that is where this picture was taken. So if you've ever seen that picture, it's actually one of my favorite pictures that's ever been taken of me, because I love the stick mostly. But there's another hike out there kind of close, and it's called Thunderbird Falls, and I think it's like a mile. I think it's a mile total. It might be a mile out and then a mile back, but I think it's a mile total. I'll put it on the screen. But I've started laundry, so clothes are in the washer. I don't have any tall boot socks, so I guess I'll just walk until my feet get cold. I'm gonna take a coat, gloves, headband instead of a hat, and water bottle. I've got a Go cup of coffee. And do you guys want to know what I put in my coffee this morning? I put eggnog in my coffee this morning. So this is eggnog coffee. And I am in love with this Kenai Fjords cup. I know it's kind of silly, but I love the colors. I love the design. I love the lid. So I think that souvenir cup was a good purchase, but I need to get gas before driving out there, because it's kind of toward Eagle River. So I think it's like 40 minutes from Adam and Sherry's house. So I'm gonna hit the road, and that's really all I'm planning on doing while I'm out. I'm just gonna go out and do the hike, and then probably grab lunch and come home. And the rest of the day, I'm gonna do homework, because I need to, not that I need to cram, I've just got a lot of work I've gotta do before I go home, because I've gotta take my final exam before I go home, because I think the final exam closes before my flight lands in Orlando. And I'm gonna spend basically the whole day traveling, so I just wanna get the homework done before I go. Captain America's wild this morning. He is feeling good. He's had breakfast. So I think I'm ready. I think I'm gonna hit the road. So let's go. Oh, by the way, it's sunny outside. I was looking at the weather yesterday. Every single day until I go home back to Florida, every single day here in Anchorage was cloudy yesterday, like on the forecast. And then like going through, it just looks like there might be a couple of hours of sunlight here or there. We've got clear skies this morning, so I'm going to go out and take full advantage of the clear skies. I am so excited that I'm gonna get some sunlight for this, because I was debating doing it or not. If it was raining, like actively raining, probably wasn't gonna do this today, but since we've got sunlight, we're gonna go. And we're gonna go right now. I'm gonna grab my coffee and the car key, my coat, and my backpack, and we'll get out of here. So the washing machine has like 5 minutes left on it, so I'm just gonna let that run. I'm gonna walk down and get the mail, or check the mail, and then maybe by the time I get back up there, I can put the laundry in the dryer. But look at these clear blue skies. Isn't it pretty? And completely unexpected, so I'm so happy. All right, I've got fuel. Just put it back together. If you're curious what fuel prices are, this is what I'm looking at right here. I'm at a Circle K. The Upside app that I used for getting gas also works here, so I got like, I think 17 cents off a gallon. But I wanted to talk a little bit about static electricity, because it's cold up here, and you really need to be aware of static electricity when you're fueling your vehicle, because you could start a really tragic fire. So it is one of those things that you kind of have to pay attention to in a different environment. So I was really careful today, because I've had static electricity the last couple of days. I've just been really staticky. So I had to like tap the car, and I tapped the downspout here. Like I want to get rid of the static before doing something really silly. So Anyway, I wanted to talk about that, but let's hit the road. Okay, I have made it to the Thunderbird Falls trailhead. I'm looking at the website, and the PDF map says that it is a mile out. So it's 1 mile one way. The elevation gain is 175 feet, and the difficulty is easy. Pets must be on a leash. After a brief uphill section, the trail skirts the edge of a canyon and private property to take you to a recently refurbished viewing deck. From the deck, you can see the picturesque Thunderbird Falls. For more adventure, follow the trail down to the base of the falls for a close-up look. This is great. I'm very excited. I'm here. I'm gonna get my bear spray. There are a couple cars in the parking lot. There's some people in the parking lot. There are restrooms here. And I think it's one of those, like, I think you have to pay to park here. Like, you have to have, like, either the parking pass or, like, a day pass, like, not that. That's the Whittier toll. This. I'm trying to cover up Madam Cherry's license plate. So if that's over there, if there's a pay station, like a fee station, I'll go pay the toll. But I'm excited. I did want to say, I'm kind of sad that I held out on this hike until this late in the trip, because the fall colors are basically gone. Not that they're completely gone. There are still leaves on the trees, and some of them are still like the fall colors, but the vibrant, bright yellows are gone. And with the types of trees here in this area of Alaska specifically, I think they're mostly like birch trees, so they mostly turn yellow, so they don't get a whole lot of oranges or reds like in trees. So it's been mostly yellows, which I'm totally fine with. But since it's like this late in the season, and since we're so far north, most of the like vibrant colors are gone. But that's okay. We're gonna see a waterfall today, and I am so excited. I brought coffee with me, you know, I drink it all. Oops. So actually, I'm gonna put the keys under the cup. Okay. I'm ready. Let's go. So there is indeed a fee station. I have paid. There's the restrooms. So we're starting out with a kind of steep incline, but they've marked it as easy, so I should be able to do it. Well, it's pretty steep, but it looks like it starts to go down here. At least the last part, heading back to the car, will be downhill. It's really pretty out here. I mean, you're not far from people, which is nice. And it may not be for people with issues with heights, but it's really pretty. I bet when the fall colors are out in full force, this is stunning, because it's pretty now. Some parts of this trail are like muddy, but also thick with leaves, so they're really slippery. So I'm really glad I didn't do this in the rain, because I would be on my butt and muddy. Okay, rounding this corner, I think for the first time I can actually hear the waterfall. And the road noise is almost completely blocked now. So it looks like we kind of split up here. So we could go right to view the falls, or left to go to the creek. I think I'm gonna go right first. I usually like to go counterclockwise. So we'll take this first. I can see it. Ooh. Okay, that's lovely. So walking out here, hiking out here, I warmed up enough I could take my coat off, so it's back there. But this is really very cool. And I guess in the winter time it freezes over, so it's not obviously an ice fall yet, but this winter it will become one, which is kind of neat. While I'm out here, I want to take the opportunity to kind of talk about something, because I've received a couple comments from people who don't like that I put music over the parts where I'm outside in nature doing stuff. I get it. I also want to hear the nature sounds. However, sometimes it's just not possible. So like when I'm on a boat and it's really windy, the only thing you're going to be hearing is this. I will put a clip of unedited audio so you can hear what it would sound like. I don't think anybody wants to hear that. Fair warning to all headphone users. So that's what it would sound like if I didn't put music over the parts when I'm on like boats outside because it's windy and I can't control that. I don't have the equipment, the knowledge, the expertise to engineer the audio. I don't have the equipment to collect better audio because it's windy. That's just what it's going to sound like. And then also when I'm outside on a hike, so one of the rules about hiking that I have not been following is you're not supposed to hike alone. I'm going out doing things by myself. Right now, I'm in extreme danger because I'm out here by myself. There is not a single other person on this trail that I passed coming in. So there's nobody else coming out here. Behind me, there were a couple people loading up their kids in the car to leave. And as I was walking up the trail, a group of people was walking out of the trail. And I passed no one else out here. I don't think there's anybody coming behind me either. Now, I don't know that. Maybe there's a serial killer behind me. I don't know. So something else to be considerate of is like wild animals. I'm not supposed to be walking in complete silence. So usually what I listen to is the Hamilton soundtrack when I'm hiking. I started that when I was hiking with Adam a couple years ago because I can play it on my phone. The wildlife knows that I'm coming because they can hear it. They don't know what it means, but they know that there's something loud, noisy, and they don't really want to be around that. So they're not gonna attack me, right? So every time I pull my phone out on a hike and you get the sound of my boots squelching in the mud, or you get the sound of the waterfall and I'm not talking, or there's no Hamilton playing, I had to turn my music off, and I'm putting myself at further risk to try to get you guys some nature sounds. I don't blame you. I also want to hear the nature sounds without the sound of Lin-Manuel Miranda singing a song. Like, that's fine. But I just want you to understand, like, I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, and I guess I am. I'm excusing myself for putting my safety before a YouTube video because I am out here by myself. If there was someone else out here with me, it wouldn't be so bad, you know, because a larger group of people becomes a bigger threat to dangerous people and also dangerous animals. But since I'm out here by myself, the only thing I'm armed with is bear spray. You know, it's just try to be considerate of other people, especially solo people traveling, trying to make fun content, sharing their experience, but like try to be considerate of other people. That's all I'm saying. But I do hope that you enjoy the videos that I've made during my time here in Alaska. I'm not done yet, but I've had a great time making them. I just feel like maybe extend a little grace, a little patience, a little appreciation is fine. You don't have to listen to the music, you know. I have to put something there because I'm not posting a silent video. I feel like that would be kind of funny. I think I've done it before actually, where I posted a video with no music over a clip that I had silenced, and a friend actually texted me. I was like really embarrassed about it. Thanks to that friend, I got to like redo it, but you don't have to listen to the music. You can mute it and go outside your house and listen to the nature sounds of your own house while you're watching the video, or just mute it and listen to it in silence. You don't have to listen to the music I put there, but I put it there because I like it and because it's better than the sound of me huffing and puffing my way up a hill, or like the furious wind of a boat as it travels 30 knots, you know? Yeah, just be considerate. That's all I'm gonna say. I think I might actually take the creek trail. I think we're gonna go back to where it like split off because it wasn't far from here, and it looks like it goes down to the creek. We'll see, but we'll give that a try. All right, we are now back to where it splits off. And I've shoved my coat in my backpack, which is nice, but this will be fun to come back up later. I'm so glad I didn't come out here in the rain because this would be so slippery. I don't think I could make it back up. I'd slide right down like a slip and slide, but I don't think it would be that easy to come back up. It was going completely, almost, well, not straight down, but completely down. But here's the creek. Oh, and it's so clear. Look at that. Well, this is extremely peaceful, but extremely slippery. I nearly ate it right there. I'm gonna walk this way and see what I can see up here. Other than a cool tree. Well, a family came. I was on the phone with Anthony for a little while. I guess the internet at the house is out because AT&T cut the coaxial cable and also did not install the fiber internet today. So they have no internet at the house at this time, and I can understand his frustration. Well, I think I'm gonna head back to the car. It's about a mile back, so it'll probably take me a little over half an hour to walk back. But honestly, I think this may be my favorite hike that I've done in Alaska so far. Especially this creek portion. This is really worth the hike. So I came back out to view the waterfall because that large group of people, they're mostly kids, they're down there. And I was just curious like where that trail went. So basically it follows the curve of the creek, but you can walk all the way out here, which is kind of cool. So this little lookout point up here is the halfway mark. So this is, if it's a mile out, this is the half-mile point. So I'm halfway back to the car. I just met a dog. This family had a huge, beautiful dog, and they let me pet him. And their daughter wanted to tie my shoes. They're already tied, but she wanted to be sure my shoes are tied so that I'm safe. So cute. All right, not sure what the noise is in the parking lot, but I will say coming out is a lot easier than going in. It does feel like it's mostly downhill, at least on the second half of the hike coming out. It's a mulcher, so that's kind of cool. Well, that did not take as long as I feared it would take to get back to the car. It is 12:49, so I think from here we're gonna head to Eklutna Lake, and we're just gonna walk for a little while. Probably not gonna walk forever, but I at least want to go back, you know, because I think it's pretty, and I want to talk about it when we're there, because if it's what I think it is, if I'm remembering facts correctly, which is entirely possible I'm not, there's some fun facts that I want to share about Eklutna Lake. So out here at Eklutna Lake, there's a fee station, but I've already paid at the other one. There's some gender-neutral restrooms, and it's like a one-way loop, so there's parking where I parked, and I'm guessing there's parking on this other side over here. But we can see the lake already. Okay, so I did remember this correctly. Eklutna Lake is where the city of Anchorage gets their drinking water. So there's like a water treatment facility on the way out here. There's no cell signal out here, but this is where they get their drinking water, which I think is really cool. And I think, I could be wrong, I think it's actually from a glacier. So I think Eklutna Glacier is where the water, like, where the lake came from. I want to see what this board says. So this is how Eklutna got its name. Okay, there's another one over here, so we'll go see what this one says, and then we'll actually make our way down to the lake because I want to show you. It's so pretty. I knew it was a glacier. That's kind of neat. They get water and hydroelectric power from it. Like drinking water. That's really cool. And of course, recreation. But now I'm gonna walk kind of back to where I was before. It looks like people have kind of carved trails down to the lake from here. I don't really want to walk on that because I don't know how clear the path is. I'll take my chances with the actual trail. Also, this part right here is like thick mud, so that's fun. Oh, that is a great big dog footprint. Wow. Alright, so there's the pay station up that way. Part of the trail does go this way, but I don't think it's on the waterfront. So I'm gonna go down this way because I think this is gonna be more peaceful to me than walking in the woods alone. The trail, I think, actually begins where the information about the hydroelectric power is. So I came down to the waterfront, but I think I actually have to go back up there to walk on the trail. But I'm glad I came down here because I got to see this waterfall. Also, it's muddy down here at the waterfront, but this is a very different kind of mud. This is glacier silt, so it's particularly sticky. And also, there's a bunch of driftwood down here, which I remember from the last time I was here. And of course, bigger rocks, which you'll have. But the glacier silt obviously was deposited by Eklutna Glacier many, many, many years ago. So over there is where we learned about the hydroelectric power, but it kind of forks here. I'm gonna go left because I think that one ends at the creek over there. So let's try this. Also, it's just a little bit later in the day than I had hoped. It's 1:34. I spent quite a bit of time driving out here and then at Thunderbird Falls, which is fine, but yeah, this looks right. But I do have homework I'd like to get done tonight, so I think what I might actually do is walk for like 20 minutes and then head back to the car. I don't want to spend all day out here. I'm getting hungry. We got another view of the creek. It's kind of fun because you can see it way up there too. All right, up here I actually see a sign that gives me confidence because it says Eklutna Lakeside Trail, which is exactly what I'm looking for. There's also the Twin Peaks Trail, which I've not actually looked into at all. So we're for sure not gonna do that one. And I think I mentioned there is zero cell signal out here. I cannot Google anything. I cannot call anyone. I am on my own. I guess the good thing about squelchy mud is no one can sneak up on me. Look! I apologize for the sound. You either think it's fun, like I do, or somewhat disturbing, which I can also completely understand. So there are places where the trail kind of splits off. So to the left is the newer part of the trail, to the right is the older part of the trail. And I guess like motorcycles are allowed out here. My guess would be ATVs, dirt bikes, that kind of thing. Snowmobiles maybe in the wintertime, but they are not allowed on the older part of the trail like this because of the way you can see it. It's a little narrower, much steeper, a little rocky. And this part here does not look like it's intended for motorized vehicles. I got to meet another dog. This one had been swimming and is just thrilled to be alive and like to be out here going for walks and swims. Can't blame it. And it was a beautiful dog with like beautiful like ice white eyes. Gosh, so pretty. And the owner was really friendly too. Okay, so I had ATVs, right. A guy on a four-wheeler just passed me. He had what looked like arrows, like a literal quiver of arrows, which was kind of cool. But I am approaching the 30-minute mark, and I think I might just walk a little bit longer because I'm having a really good time. Also, if I walk for 45 minutes out, then I walk 45 minutes back, and then I have 45 minutes to listen to Taylor Swift's new album on the way back. So maybe I do that. But as I was saying that, this is the 1 mile mark. So I'm there. It's 2:01. I'm gonna walk for 15 more minutes. And then that's it. 15 minutes, and then I'm turning around. That's the tricky part with like long trails, is knowing how far to walk out and walk back, because the temptation is to walk all the way out. This one's 13 miles. I can't do that. And just now, I was passed by someone on a bike, like a bicycle. And I feel like I hear a waterfall up here. I knew I did. Here's the other side. The path has split off from the old path and the new trail again, so I think 7 more minutes and I'll be turning around, but we're getting even closer to the lake, which is kind of cool. And then once I get around this little grove of trees, I want to show you this mountain up here because it is so pretty. Well, I don't know if this means 1.5 or 15. I certainly have not been walking 15 miles, so maybe it means 1.5 mile marker. I hope so. But it is now 2:15, so I am going to turn around and start trudging back. We are back to the waterfall. So here's some information about the Eklutna Trail. So it is this yellow trail here, and it's like one way out. It's almost 13 miles. It is a very easy trail, at least the parts that I've walked, but it is kind of far outside of Anchorage, so just keep that in mind if you're gonna come out here. It's a long way. Well, we are back to the parking lot, so I'm gonna try to scrape some of the mud off my boots before I get back in the car. And we're gonna drive back to Anchorage, and it's perfect because I'm hungry. So all this walking sure has worn off my breakfast, but I do feel good, like having gotten some exercise. It's really good for my mental health, you know, especially doing it outside. Oh, and in the sunshine, it feels so good. So yeah, this was great. I'm really glad I did this today. All right, I stopped for dinner. It was delicious. I have leftovers. And now I'm at the post office because I'm going to check Adam and Sherry's P.O. box one more time before they get home. I just want to make sure it's not crammed with stuff. So I'm back home. I've got sweatpants on, and I think somebody might be hungry. Would you like to eat? Yeah? You can get some food? Oh, really? Is that where it goes? What if we have one of these? Yeah? Oh, okay. Good spin. There you go. Yum, yum, yum. He is a growing boy after all. Well, I would fold my clothes, but they're not dry yet, so I'm running the dryer again. I like to dry it just like a little bit at a time, especially in an unfamiliar dryer that I don't work with all the time. But I've got the cat toy. It's like an alien spaceship, but it spins around. Here. You're not even playing with it. So the spaceship type thing is the base. Usually he plays with it. But I told myself I would do homework tonight, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna import all the vlog footage from today, so far, because we're not done yet. The day's not over. But then I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna start with one case study, because it is 5:25 right now. I'm gonna try to do one case study tonight. And if I can get that done, I'll feel awesome. If I get two done, that's great. But I don't know that I can, because especially with like a new type of cancer, which this will be, it generally takes me a little bit longer. So I'm gonna be gracious and give myself a little time, but I wanna get started on homework. It's after midnight. I have not done anything majorly productive that I'm like super proud of. I did update my iPhone software. So it's like the new liquid glass appearance, I think is what they're calling it. I don't know how I feel about it. Does it matter? No, not even in the least. But it's just, you know, something I've been playing with. So we got 22,000 steps today. We being me and you, since you came along with me, so it counts. Captain America's had dinner. He has also been running around the house like everything is on fire. Nothing's on fire, but I do think that he might have a little brain tumor that's like pressing on something every now and then that just like presses a button inside his tiny little skull and makes him do zoomies around the house. I'm kidding. He's fine. He's really cute. He's a baby and he runs and leaps and jumps like a baby. It's all the like knocking things off of things that I could do without, but he's really cute. I have had some milk. He has had dinner. It's late, and I think I'm gonna go to bed. But I did want to say, this is like one of our very last solo adventures here in Anchorage. The next couple of days, I'm gonna be hanging around the house doing homework. I've got to get it done. I have one more planned outing, and that is Friday of this week, and that will be the reindeer farm, which I'm really looking forward to. So I hope to have my final exam done by the time we talk again, maybe, unless I film something between now and then. We'll see, but I hope to have my final exam done by the time I leave for the Palmer reindeer farm. But that will be in another video. You guys will see me in another one really soon. Bye!